Hello everybody. I gotta close the door because obviously it's pretty loud. Today about one of the cards from the Romance Angels Oracle cards of Doreen Virtue, called Codependency. This card comes pretty often, and since this is a big issue, I would like to say a couple words. First of all, before we even get what exactly Doreen Virtue meant by this, because you can see on the bottom that she says addictions are affecting your romantic life. So of course somehow somebody will be affected, right? Especially our love life, our peace. So let's talk about this for a second. People may be dependent on alcohol, drugs, gambling, sex, but also food, sweets, okay? Now, the person who stays with the dependent person is codependent. You probably heard saying that, oh yeah, if that person who is an alcoholic goes to AA meetings, the partner, the other person who lives and helps that alcoholic should go as well, because it's a very toxic relationship, and why that person stays there. So it's called codependency. Sometimes it's referred as the disease of a lost self when you're talking about codependency. Because these people are actually sacrificing themselves for a dependent person, and something unhealthy for all parties involved, in fact. So in this kind of relationships we see problems with intimacy, also caretaking, dysfunctional communication, and definitely lack of peace. It's kind of living on the edge. You never know what's gonna happen next and when. So we're talking imbalance, lying, hiding, cheating, mentally and emotionally. Codependent is also often an empath, a rescuer, supporter, a good person, best friend. You know, they know each other long and understand each other. But is that a healthy situation? Of course not. Helping and saving the dependent friend, husband, family member becomes more important than their own life, having as a priority. So it's dysfunctional, okay? And instead of looking at the dependent one, knowing that already, you know, we know that that's an alcoholic or drug addict, let's look at what may be wrong with the codependent ones. Actually, it's a name for it, the BPD, borderline personality disorder. Basically being a caretaker, the responsible and the sane one. Codependence of narcissistic people. So codependence of the narcissists are called co-narcissists. It's even a name for that. So narcissists naturally, I already made a video, you probably watched a couple videos. Narcissists naturally will always look for partners who will put other needs before their own. Okay, that's what they prey on. Codependents then are becoming a perfect backtrap, obedient and attentive audience. Dysfunctional family, if the parents show self-sacrifice and giving into the child's needs, as a high priority, the parent is becoming codependent towards their own children, and by constant caretaking, giving more and more and more. So by parental sacrifice, it's actually destructive, and it may be harmful. Then what's the treatment and solution to codependency? Being assertive, knowing when to say no, because if we are helping those people who are dependent on something, a bed, we're kind of helping them to go on. We're enabling them to do the wrong thing. What kind of help is that? So saying no, it's the best thing. Also, for those who are codependent, they already have Codependence Anonymous. Okay, so it's already, hello, assertiveness means being caring in a healthy way. Also, the same goes for those with a victim mentality, the poor me, meaning passive-aggressive control issues. Maybe about this subject some other time. When you notice to see someone who can forgive and let go, going beyond the victimhood, you actually see the signs of a real recovery from codependency. If you stay in a codependent relationship or a job situation, it may lead you to exactly what they're doing: alcoholism, drug addiction, eating disorders, sex addiction, and other self-destructive behaviors. Because if you cannot get them to your level, they cannot raise their vibration, that you at some point, in order to sympathize and empathize with them, you may actually start doing what they're doing. How many alcoholics would say, oh, listen, what's the matter? Have a couple drinks. Because yes, of course they're looking for a company. Misery always likes a company. And if you say no, the drunk one and the sober one, they really have not much to talk about. It's not the same level. So please don't ever lower yourself to their level. If anything, reach for Codependence Anonymous. Now, what Doreen Virtue says about this? This card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way, because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you are attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving for a substance or unhealthful behavior, or it could be that your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. The card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish its capacity to love. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to move forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings and other addiction support fellowship models. Whether it is you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches or by contacting a local community health center. So you see, it's very unhealthy, it's enabling, it may lower your vibration, sure it will. Codependency, just as dependency, it's toxic, it's unhealthy, and it's time to do something about it. Love you all, and talk to you next time.